Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we have one more topic, that is sentence. It's one more unit of our language. We have discussed few units before this in the previous classes like phrase, clause. Now we will discuss today inshallah sentence. What is sentence? You have been reading it right from the class first. That sentence is also a group of words that gives complete sense. A sentence is a group of words that gives complete sense. When we compare sentence with phrase and clause, you know, I told you a phrase is a group of words that gives meaning but not complete, and a clause may or may not give complete meaning. But what is sentence? Sentence is that group of words which gives complete meaning, which is complete in all aspects, which expresses a single thought. Or we cannot write single thought because we have complex and compound sentences as well in our syllabus, which expresses complete thought. And we know a sentence always begins with a capital letter, ends with a full stop. These things we have already read. But here in our syllabus, we have what is simple, complex, and compound sentence. We have to discuss these three types of sentences. Simple, compound, and complex sentence. Look, I will take one example from your book for this simple. What is simple sentence? First I will explain it. A simple sentence is one which has a subject, which has a finite verb of its own, and it gives complete sense and is not dependent on anything. It expresses a single thought. Here we can see it expresses a single thought. That is simple sentence. For example, his courage won him honor. This is a simple sentence because it expresses a single thought and it gives complete meaning. It has subject of its own and it has a verb of its own, and that verb is finite verb. So that sentence which expresses a simple thought and gives complete meaning and is not dependent on anything or any part of the sentence, any other part of the sentence, that sentence is called a simple sentence. Now we have one more, that is compound sentence. A compound sentence is that sentence which has two independent clauses and they are joined by a conjunction and, or it can be two or more independent clauses. Compound sentence consists of two or more two or more independent clauses. And those clauses are joined by a conjunction. You know conjunction. Simply it gives connection between two sentences. Conjunction and. They are joined by conjunction and. I will give you an example. The moon was bright. And we could see our way. Try to focus. The moon was bright. We could see our way. Look, dear students, we read about classes. I told you there a class has its own subject. It has its own verb as well. But some classes, I told you a class may give or may not give complete meaning. If you remember, I told you a class may give complete meaning or may not give complete meaning. That's what is required here. A class can stand on its own. It does not need help from other words to give complete meaning or help from another class to give complete meaning. And that class which can stand on its own without any help from any other class, that's called independent class. Look, for example, you forget about this part of the sentence. If I say the moon was bright, it gives complete meaning. It does not require, this part of sentence does not require the help from any other class to give complete meaning. Hence, we will call this type of class is termed as independent class. And here we could see our way. We could see our way. Also, there is a subject, there is a transitive verb. And it gives also complete meaning. So when a class gives complete meaning and does not need help from any other class to give complete meaning, that class also is called an independent class. That's also called an independent class. Now see, what is compound sentence? Compound sentence is when two or more independent classes. But what is the prerequisite? What is the thing needed here? That is, these classes in a compound, whether they are 2 in number or 3 in number, they should all be independent classes. However, they are then joined by a conjunction. Conjunction, you know, given connection to two sentences. We join these two sentences and you know they are joined by a conjunction and. Here two independent classes are joined by and. This is independent class, this is independent class. Joined by and. Hence we can call such type of sentences compound sentences. Compound sentences are those sentences where you have two or more than two independent clauses joined by a conjunction and. This is the simple definition. Now we will discuss the last kind, that is complex sentences. What is complex sentence? Look, here is an example. Sita, who is a good singer, sings a song. There are two clauses in this whole sentence. Here we can see Sita, who is a good singer. It is a subordinate clause because it does not give complete meaning. Subordinate clause. However, Sita sings a song. Here it is actually sings a song. Who sings a song? Sita sings a song. Sita sings a song. It's a principal clause. Or we call this independent clause. So, a complex sentence is that sentence where you will find only one principal clause, where you will find only one independent clause, and the rest of the clauses, one or more than one, they will be the subordinate clauses. And they will not, those subordinate clauses, they will not give the meaning, complete meaning of their own until and unless they are not joined by this principal clause, and that is complex sentence. And that's this marks the end of your lesson, that is sentence. Now you have the exercise. You kindly go through the exercise, and if you have any issue there, you kindly inform me through WhatsApp so that I can, if I feel the need to repeat this lesson, I will repeat, or if you need any other help from me, I will be always available for that.